Hey guys, today I got the solution for the puzzle from the last week for you. If you haven't checked that video, please make sure to check it out first on the card here or here. And enjoy this one. See you at the table. And welcome to the game. So this is the start of the game. I'm playing against Edie and the GOG obviously. And I'm playing Halicarnassus, so that's good for me. This matchup is generally favored just because I am able to play the green game usually, but obviously here we have two great players who know that, and they will try their best to counter. That has to be said. So here, I think my natural way always will be to play B, but let's talk about what they should choose. I expect Olympia. To be honest, on both sides. Like, this can be played either way. And I expect Alexandria to actually be played on the B side all the time here in this matchup. So just because Olympia is in the game. So first hand, you didn't see first hand before when I asked you with this puzzle, but here you go. As you can see, there is not much. I decided to go for the Claypool from this one. As you can see, there is a green card, so the green spread is not that bad. I think this is reasonable. Trading post is awkward because I think Alexandria can try to go all in on green from the start. I think it's a possibility. So I wouldn't go for the trading post because it just might not give you anything. Then we have Lumberyard and Claypool. Those are both okay, I would say. Maybe Lumberyard is actually pretty good. I don't know, but I decided to choose Claypool just because of the first stage, just because they need it, so I might get some gold, but it's probably very unlikely, and just because of the red card. But I think maybe, just maybe, you should also consider just some throwing from this hand, maybe throwing Scriptorium, maybe throwing one of the red cards. I think this is a hand that also can, be surprisingly deep to analyze. But I just decided to go for the Claypool, and let's just leave it at that for now. So here, this is pretty decent. Like, this is the hand that I was talking about. And if we get press here, we can, get two green cards. That's pretty good. The guard tower also, lets us pick at least one of the reds. Lumberyard might not. No, it will give us a red. So from this hand, just spoil the fun for now a little bit. I decided to pick Timberyard, and I think it's the best here, just because we are able to get Timberyard, and then when the hand that we just saw rotates to us, I will maybe show you the hand here on the replay. So when the hands come back, we will be able to pick the red card. So for that reason, I think Timberyard make a lot of sense. But it's worth noting that Timberyard is not maybe that much better than just one wood here, because we are not that interested in stone. Like, we won't play for stone until the age 3, to be honest, which is pretty surprising, but that's how it is. Nobody on this table needs stone, as you can see, for all their stages. Stone is just, the sad stone that we always talk about. So for all that reasons, I think maybe I made a mistake, and it should have been played for green. But let's see what this game has in store. This will be a long replay. I need to start picking it up. Okay, so here he goes for the green, so that's a tough ask for us. Here I think a lot of possibilities again. Like, this game is just full of possibilities. That's what it is. Apo is certainly okay to play. This trading post makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Like, it fixes our problem here. It fixes a little bit of our problems with the reds for the second age. I just think it makes sense. There is also buffs or theater if you want to go that way. I decided to go for the apple. I wanted to, put my foot on the green. Also, if the green splits, he doesn't have any duel, so that's the best that we can hope for. This is obviously a great pickup by him. So here I thought it's just like it has to be Stockade. He gets. I was surprised that he didn't pick a red. That was a little bit surprising to me. Because now he has a red, he will pick a red, and just everybody gets one red. And this is always awkward when they share the trading posts between each other. Here I was very happy with the altar. Maybe I shouldn't have been, but I was. And on the last hand, I just get buffs or Stone Pit, but I think double stone doesn't give me anything, so I just decided to go for the buffs. And after the first age, I was happy, to be honest. Like, there is just not many problems right now. I have some resources, I have a lot of points, I have some chains. It should be all pretty good. Obviously, this hand is pretty terrible. And there is also one problem with my setup. I don't have access to Papyrus yet. And I kinda need that access. They don't, but I do. So I think this is one of the hands where, this is the hand where I make the mistake. Think about it for a second. I just paused so you have a little bit more time. I decided to throw archery range from this hand, and my reason for that is I want to break them on the red. I can still pick up like double stone and get walls from this one, and just dominate on red and go from there. But I think this is false. I need to set up a little bit of resources. I need to set up a bit of tempo for me. And throwing here, it's just not the best because I will still not be able to win against both probably, just because it's Alexandria and Olympia here. They are very likely first picking the stables, so I will not get that, and then I will just split the win with one other player. So I think this should be press with the idea of picking the school probably when it comes back. So I should, my resources are not terrible, but they are not great either. And I should focus a little bit more on green to get those chains and stuff like that. So here, he fixes all his resources. He gets the premium red. He also gets the money. And here I kind of get nothing. I think this should be an Aqueduct pickup or maybe Forum. These two are the possibilities, I think. And I think I went to Dispensary, so this was obviously a misplay. Yeah, I think this Dispensary is just too defensive. It doesn't make sense to me. Here I think I made a good pickup on the other hand. I decided to pick up Foundry. I have very costly access to ore, so that fixes some of my problems. Here I picked Press, obviously, to cover my tracks. That was kind of what I was hoping to get, but I think it's still not the best. Here I think I just went for the statue, for the points. And obviously last one will be build from this card and build the red. Because red is quite a bit better than the other one. And with all that mistakes I made, I think I'm still in the best position right now. When I look at it, it's okay. Don't look at the hand that I just showed you, but just look at the position, and I think it's okay. Like I have the most points right now. If the game was to end right now, I win obviously, and I still have the tricks from the discard, so that's all good. But this age will be my downfall. Just a little bit of foreshadowing. Cue the dramatic music, and here I just like I thought I'm enough ahead that I can justify Haven. And I think it's not bad here. Like, obviously, the other contender is Traders, but probably the real thing that you should do from this one is throw Palace. I usually hate the play of throwing Palace and getting the Palace back, but I think in this instance it just makes the most sense. And that's what I should have done. Like, when you play Halicarnassus against, like, that good opponents, you have a lot of stuff that you can, show. Like, you can be a little bit showboaty here. And I think the Palace would just make so much sense. Because when I saved this replay because I thought it was very interesting just because of that second hand and all the hands in the first era. But I also showed the replay because of the outcome that you will see in a minute. And I analyzed this, and I tried to pinpoint where I made a mistake, where it shifted from being good to me to being terribly bad. And for my first general run, I couldn't quite figure it out. But when I dig deeper, I found the mistakes that I just talked to you about, and that I will point from this hand in the third age. And I think this one is also a big one here. So he picks red. This will be what happens. I pick Gardens from this one. Yeah, so here I need to pick the Arsenal. I didn't because I thought that the problem will be that I pick the red, he doesn't pick a red, and then he picks a red. But the reality is that he doesn't have a good card. I will just show you what I passed here. I think the red is his best chance. Like, he's obviously trying to win, and this is also something that you need to take into account when you're playing against great players. They will sometimes, when they realize they are in trouble, they will take great risk for greater rewards. And that's exactly what Edie does here, and that's why, he does so well in this game, and in this game as Seven Wonders, and in this game just this one instance of a game. So I really need to play the Arsenal, or I really need to no, throwing doesn't make sense. I really need to play the Arsenal, basically, because what I am playing here, Lodge, that's just not good enough. And he played a red, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, here comes another red. Suddenly I'm last with the reds, and what do I have to show for in my game? And here is another costly one that I make. I should have played Traders Guild, I think, from this one. Instead, I play the Academy, and I just go broke, because they are not paying me, because why would they? And here I have completely nothing, so I just threw Ship Owners Guild. And the last one is just burying the university to build something mediocre. And I think I just built the Ship Owners. And in the end, it might not look terrible, but it is terrible. And I'm last in this one. And funny thing also that Alexandria wins. Like, even with this awkward green, he wins. Which is pretty funny to me. Like, I thought also about analyzing from his perspective, but I just wanted to show you my mistakes. So obviously, the Palace, letting them get a hang of the Palace, letting them get a hand of red, because I think if I play that red, if he plays that red, I think I even win this game. And I think I even win this quite easily. And that's just insane how one small mistake, because like with all these mistakes with the palace and with the other stuff, this is still the mistake that just cost me this game. Halicarnassus is so good that you can make some of the mistakes and still win, but you cannot make mistakes like that. Here I just didn't thought that he will double red, but the double red gave him a second place and almost a win, because he's like really close with how good the guilds are here. And you know, this also shows how powerful the red is in free player. He was behind on red in the second era, and you know, that looks very grim for him, but then he suddenly have risen like phoenix from the ashes with this double red, and that made all the difference. And that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you already are subscribed, thank you so much for being an excellent subscriber. For this week's topic, or for you guys, please let me know down in the comments down below, what is the worst leader in the new edition? Like the worst leader that's the hardest to win. That's my question for you guys. And please let me know which one is it. And that would be it for today. See you in another one.